Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. Happy Saturday to every single last one of y'all. Okay? Happiest of Saturdays or Sunday or wherever you're watching this show. Okay? Whatever time you're watching this show. Hope it's all good, guys. There is something going on here that we need to bring a little bit of awareness to. Over the next couple days, there's a couple other stories that I want to share with you guys as well on some other missing person stories that still need to be brought attention to. But this is something that is breaking. There's some new development on this one. As you can see the title up above or down below, wherever you are watching this show right here, there are some updates on this story. Now, I will say this. This is still very new for me. This story is still very brand new, still very fresh. So I'm going to be walking through this. Hopefully we can figure some things out together because I got a lot of questions. There's a few things I'm scratching my head over. I'm still trying to figure out. So hopefully we can figure those things out together. But again, still there has been some updates on this story. And I want to say, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be, I try to be as positive as I can. But I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys. I really don't know about this one. And I'm wondering the involvement of certain people. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, I'm scratching my head, not pointing fingers at nobody so far. But at the same time, I do have questions nonetheless. We got to get into the conversation. So as we get into this, all right, please do me a favor. All right. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Make it scream out your name. You know the deal. If you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to hit that reaction button over there. That would really mean a lot. Please and thank you. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to crush that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button on my Facebook page. We cover all kinds of things on this channel, everything from pop culture to true crime and everything in between. Okay, we have discussions and conversations on this show, but of course, we try to be a voice for the voiceless as much as we can. Okay, so if you appreciate that, you like my vibe, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Follow me on all my social medias, okay? The Pascal Show, one word, on TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram. Please, by all means, if you want to support the channel and you're watching on YouTube, hit that join button down below. Become a member if you can. Please and thank you. That would really mean a lot, okay? And of course, if you want to support any further, you can go check out my Patreon. It's in the ticker down below, going that way right there underneath me as we speak. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. And you could go and check out my merch page or my merch store, PascalMerch.com. Got some really great stuff over there. Go check it out. Please and thank you. Let's get into everything, okay? Now, this is some really messed up stuff. I mean, this is a very bad story. A very bad turn of events. Okay, we are in the middle right now. We're in the middle of a search for an 11-year-old girl by the name of Audrii Cunningham. She spells her name with Audrii, two I's, just so you know. So if you're trying to search this and all that, that's one thing that's been really difficult, at least for myself, when I've been trying to find it at first. I was spelling it the good old-fashioned traditional way, but she spells it with two I's. Not E-Y, but I-I, okay? She went missing the day after Valentine's Day, all right, early in the morning, and she has not been seen since. Now, I want to share with you guys a photo of her. We're going to be seeing a lot of her face, to be really honest, throughout the course of this show, but I do want to share with you guys what she currently looks like, okay? So this is Audrii Cunningham. Again, she is 11 years old. She was last seen at like 7 o'clock in the morning on the 15th of February. That is the day after Thanksgiving, the day after Valentine's Day. I'm so sorry. Don't know why I have Thanksgiving in my head. But anyway, the day after Valentine's Day, she went missing. Now, there's been a lot of questions that have been kind of percolating out here in these streets, because there's allegedly some text messages and whatnot, and that see, this is the part that I'm still trying to understand a little bit. I'm still scratching my head on what actually happened here. Why did it go down the way it did? There is a man that has been arrested. This individual, this very interesting individual, he's trash to me. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. When you got symbols of hate, okay, tattooed onto your body, I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard to go. He's a God-fearing person, but nonetheless, there is talks or conversations out here saying that her daddy had a roommate or has a roommate that also has a very spicy and disgusting past. Okay. PDF file. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Because I can't really say the word. Okay. Geppetto. You get what I'm saying? I got to use these code words as much as I can. Now, there's text messages, which we are going to look at. The thing is I've been trying to find all of the text messages, but from this group, this Facebook group, there's only so many text messages. But apparently there's a conversation between Audrii's mother and the man who has been arrested right now. Okay. Apparently there's been a conversation where they were supposed to meet or something. It's very, very odd. It's very interesting. Like I said, there are pieces to this puzzle that I still am trying to figure out. And I'm hoping that we can figure those things out together as a family. This is why I wanted to go live with you guys, because I'm like, what is actually going on here? What is actually fully going on here? Okay. And yes, Jackie Sue, trust me, we're gonna get into that conversation in just a minute. But I want to share with you guys the Amber Alert, okay, that was, or the missing persons flyer, okay, that was put out, or that has been shared quite a bit. And I will say this too, shout out to Plunder. Man, if you guys don't know about Plunder, man, y'all need to go check out some Plunder, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Go check her out. She's fantastic. She did an amazing deep dive into this whole thing, and she has a lot more of these text messages that I've been searching, trying to find. But she is basically the foundation for me, because I was like, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. I need more depth into what's going on. And Plunder breaks it down beautifully, especially if you just want something that's clean, concise, and to the point. She's really great with that. But moving on, Audrii Cunningham, of course. She's 11 years old. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's 4'1". She weighs 75 pounds. She's 11 years old. Again, let me show you her face again. Just another one right over here to the left that isn't as fuzzy. Okay. Beautiful young girl. Okay. So Polk County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing 11-year-old girl. Audrii Cunningham was last seen at 7 a.m. on February 15th, okay, of this year at the 100 block of Lakeside Drive in Livingston, Texas. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with white lettering, a camo backpack, black pants, and black high-top tennis shoes. She's believed to be in grave or immediate danger. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts, call the Polk County Sheriff's Office at 936-327-6810. Again, call 936-327-6810, or just call 911. Okay? So this is only just a few days ago. Exactly, Buttercup. Exactly. I mean, this is 2 days ago she went missing, literally. And one thing I will say, I give the public, 5-0, etc. Mad props for getting on this thing. Okay, for not just sleeping on this and then finally, reacting. Okay, the public, the internet sleuths out here have been on this very, very quickly. Okay, so I am thankful that they are out here and putting in their energy, using their resources to get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on here. But there's been information that has been very questionable. Like I said, I have a lot of questions. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck is fully going on here. But of course, we are going to be going through that together as a family. Okay, so I want to share with you guys first a few things. All right, so I got some video I want to share with you guys real quick, so I'm going to pull those up. Actually, hold on. I take that back. 1 second. Because obviously there's a bunch of different things that are being said, right? In fact, there have been other, content creators that are boots on the ground out there, covering things, covering this situation as well. We got a press conference to look at here in just a little bit. But sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have a few things. Hold on, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, please, and thank you. Just pulling this up, guys. Let's rock and roll.
Out of that breaking Amber Alert news in Polk County, where several agencies are still looking for 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. And there is frustration at the lack of information being released by investigators right now. Our Pooja Lodia had the chance to ask about that frustration. She's live at the search site there in Polk County. What's the answer on this one, Pooja?
Now, real quick, before this reporter goes in, first off, please make sure you hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this video. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more because the news, I don't know why they always don't know how to. I get that they're doing things live and they're, you know what I mean, going through it quick, but I'm like, damn, can you just crank the volume up a little bit or make sure it's on it's stereo so it's not just in one ear, you feel me? But one thing that is very confusing or frustrating about this is that we don't really know a whole lot. That's the frustrating part. It's kind of like she's missing and it's like, okay, and I know that the internet sleuths out here are saying different things right now, like the information about the roommate, right? Now that the roommate has been arrested, but still, roommate has been, people have been talking about that since she went missing, right? Since that became public knowledge. But I digress. Let's continue. I got questions about that too, which we will talk about here in a second. Trust and believe.
Well, we have now confirmed that investigators have identified multiple persons of interest. Their search out here continues. And actually, you can see here behind me, there are officers right here on scene. They are guarding this scene overnight as this search remains suspended because those search teams say right now it is just too dark. We are right next to the Lake Livingston Dam, about actually a quarter mile away from it. And that is where many of these teams have really centered their investigation on. But I want to show you this photo. This is 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham.
Now, I want to say something as I try to pause on her face here. Listen, ain't it dark for her too? There's these new contraptions called flashlights. I don't know. It's just a thought, right? So it's getting too dark, so we can't go out there and look. Why? Can't you just start digging, using lights. Shoot, go old school. Light up a torch. You know what I'm saying? Like, do whatever you need to do so you can find this girl, right? They have yet to find this little girl, by the way. Apparently, there's been items left behind that were hers, but they have yet to find her so far. And I get it. You know, you want to have the full visibility, but if she is still alive, which I hope to God she still is, she's the one who has to sit there overnight in the dark all by herself, you know? Buttercup's like, yeah, flashlights do work. Yeah, last I checked. You know, they're that newfangled thing, that really popular thing called flashlights. You know, aren't they trending on TikTok for some weird reason? You know, that new invention called flashlights, right? But anyway.
11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. She was last seen before school yesterday at about 7 o'clock in the morning at the 100 block of Lakeside Drive. Her parents reported her missing yesterday evening when she did not come home from school. We have been here watching as dive teams have searched the area around Lake Livingston. Just hours ago, this search has been suspended. It will resume tomorrow morning. But not only have there been dive teams out here, we have seen boats, we have seen dogs. Investigators say they are trying to find any evidence they can right here in this area. But here's the thing, we don't know why they are searching this exact area right now.
I mean, you know, it makes you wonder, okay, why are they searching this exact area? Maybe because they got a tip, maybe the guy that they arrested, that piece of work, you know, maybe he said something, maybe something that was exposed within his, when he was brought in, etc. And I get it, at night, okay, in the water, okay, may not be as easy for them to search for her in the water. I get that. But the surrounding areas, if she's surrounding wooded areas on land, you could still use those flashlights and start, you know, surveying and searching on land to see if she's anywhere. Now, I know that they're making it, you know, they're making it seem like it's something else. They're making it seem like it's something else. This is not a situation where they're going, oh, okay. You see what I'm saying? The fact that there is no urgency of, like, you know, 5-0 has been working countless hours overnight, you know, working into the wee hours of the morning, trying to find this young woman. They're not, this young girl. They're not even saying that. They're not doing that. They're going, oh, it's getting dark, so we're going to take a break. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it seems like they know something that we don't know. And of course, you know, this is just me. This is speculation. I'm sorry, guys. But at the same time, maybe that's the reason, but that's kind of terrible. Okay. That's kind of terrible to hear that, you know? But anyway, yeah. Sammy just said night searches infrared is an important tool that can be used to locate this child if it is a rescue. Exactly. But the fact that they're like, we're going to slow things down because it's getting dark outside does translate as something else to me. But let's continue on.
Unfortunately, right now, there just isn't more information that we can give. Like I explained in the press conference earlier, we're trying to protect the integrity of this investigation, and that's the reason why, and I can understand the public's concern that we're not giving out a lot of information, but the end here is to find Audrii and bring her home.
And don't worry, we are going to be watching the full press conference that they had yesterday revolving around this. So don't worry, you know, we are going to be looking at that very, very shortly. So I don't want to play all that. I don't want to play all of that, but let me let the news finish talking.
This really is a very tight-knit community. So we have spoken to volunteers who were out all night last night searching for any kind of clues. They are continuing to comb this area, but right now investigators are asking the public to stay away from this area. That's why they have these officers guarding this area. They say that this is a very important spot in their investigation. If you do, though, have any information at all, you are asked to contact authorities.
Okay. Of course. As we all know, please contact authorities if you know anything. If you live in the area, you saw something suspicious, you think something's, as long as it has something to do with this case and it's solid information, please contact your local authorities. Okay. Simply just call 911. That's all it is. Just call 911. All right. Now, I want to share with you guys a few things. Like I said, I mean, for me, it's very frustrating because there's only so much information that is out here. And like I said, it's a bit confusing. Or actually not confusing, but it just feels like there's a lot of holes in this situation. And a lot of it has to do with, well, maybe it has to do with the guy who actually got arrested. That's one thing that I'm still trying to figure out personally. This Don Stephen McDougal individual. Because he doesn't look like a very loving individual. I'm just going to say that right now, as we can see here. Okay. This is Don Stephen McDougal. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of it is, yeah. He got the badge of hate tattooed on his shoulder. He got ain't scared tattooed across his chest. He got that wayward eye just leaning in the cut. He's special. He's definitely special. Now, this is what's crazy, okay? This is what's crazy to me. Where did he go? Where did it go? I just tried to click on that. Let me make sure it works. There we go. I don't know why it did not work, but yeah, Yeah. So as you can see here, missing girl's father's roommate has been arrested. Now, I keep wondering, how does any father, how does that even happen? I'm just going to ask. Okay. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud, which is probably not the quiet part. But what father would ever have a roommate like this and have your daughter anywhere near this type of this type of monster? I'll just say it. Just saying. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless the father has a history of his own. It just doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? This man is a known, disgusting P word, okay? Geppetto. He's known as that. He has a history. He's got a rap sheet, etc. And you're letting your daughter hang around this kind of monster? So it does make you wonder, does this person say, is he connected to this or no? You see what I'm saying? He has been arrested, but is it in connection to her disappearance and anything else sinister? That's the question I have here as well, because that's so odd. She goes missing, and then lo and behold, he's arrested 2 days later, or a day after she goes missing. I'm just saying something ain't right here. So let me blow this up a little bit more. So the search continuing for the missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham in Polk and I don't even know how to say that. Jacinto? I don't know. I don't know how to say that. County continues. Somebody correct me. I don't know that one. Okay. Police a few hours ago arrested Don Stephen McDougal for aggravated A with a weapon. So again, interesting that he gets arrested for aggravated A with a weapon a day after she goes missing. And then as they go out there and try to search for this young girl, they're sitting there going, well, it's getting dark out, so we're gonna, the search is gonna slow down. Okay. We're gonna slow down. But he's been arrested for aggravated A with a deadly weapon. Why? And just so you know, Toro, this is in Texas. Texas. Authorities have not released details as to if this is related to the disappearance of Audrii Cunningham. The search is to continue in the morning. Just as moments ago, the cold front blew in with temperatures dropping, high winds, and whitecaps on Lake Livingston. And that's a very odd mugshot, this photo. It's high, you know what I mean? Getting pulled away. But that's a very odd photo. Okay? And Nicole B., I agree. Every second counts if you're missing. So why would they go, it's getting dark out, we're going to stop? And then why would homeboy, like I said, okay, maybe this is a tinfoil hat moment. I don't know. Okay? I can't predict the future. All right. I am just a man. And when you give me the information like this, I go, wait, what's up with that? So he's been arrested conveniently right around the same time this young girl has gone missing for aggravated A with a deadly weapon. Why? Come on, guys. We ain't dumb. Okay? I was born during the day, but I wasn't born yesterday. You see what I'm saying? So when I see that and I piece those two together, something's up here. Something is up. Yes. Tina, thank you so much for bringing it up again. I am going to look at that because we are going to look at the text messages. It's weird. Don't worry. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but there is a lot to talk about here. Okay. There are text messages between the mother and him from the night before, and it seems he was setting it up for him to have nothing to do with it. Yes, but it's odd. But then, of course, I could see where other people think. So thank you, Tina. But I could see where people are looking at it and going, wait. Because the text messages seem a bit odd. And they're going, I just could see where people are maybe dressing the story up a little bit more sinister than it just being by him. I could see why some people are wondering and scratching their heads with those text messages. Because it does make it seem like he's trying to throw it off in a way. We're going to get into that. But like I said, I don't have all of the text messages. Okay. I don't have all of them, which is very, very frustrating. Okay. But it's interesting that you don't think that this guy would just start squawking. I feel like he would just start squawking like crazy. They arrest him. He gets hit with this charge, this very telling charge. They're out there in this wooded area trying to find this young girl. And it doesn't look like it's rescue. It looks like a recovery operation right now, at least to me. And I hate to say that. I mean, you know, I hope to God I am wrong. But something about this seems like it's a recovery and not a rescue. But my fingers are still crossed, and my toes too. Okay? But still, nonetheless, this is very, very odd. Okay, let's get into this. We got a couple more videos, some articles, other articles as well, but I wanted to share this with you guys as well. Because, of course, the mother is concerned, understandably. I understand Mama Cassie is concerned. Okay, she wants her baby back. But I'm wondering why the mama wasn't. Within these text messages, it seems as if she doesn't have full custody, or she has to have supervised visitation with her daughter. I don't know. I'm still wondering why that is the way it is, especially in these text messages, which we will look at least most of them. Okay. But it just seems a bit odd. So I got questions, okay? But real quick, before this goes away, Sandra, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so very much. The highest in the room. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. But let's get into this article here. Okay. This is the stuff you see on TV. Mother of missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham pleads for safe return amid search. Okay, so mother of Audrii Cunningham, whose disappearance Thursday prompted the issuance of a Amber Alert, shares what she knew about the search for her daughter Friday. We would like to have her come home. It's not like her to just run off or disappear. She has a lot of loving family. She has so many people that love her and adore her. This is what her mother, Cassie Matthews, said. According to law enforcement, Cunningham was dropped off at her bus stop Thursday at around 7 a.m., but never made it on the bus or to school. Her family reported her missing at 5:30 p.m. on Thursday. Now, and this is what the DPS lieutenant Craig Cummings said. Okay, he says we have no leads, so we're grasping at any string, any signs, anything in general. This is what Matthews said. Okay. Now, real quick, before I go into anything, before I continue on, I am curious about this part. This timeline is a bit weird. Don't you think? So she goes missing. Okay, so she gets dropped off. Excuse me. She gets dropped off at 7 a.m. at her bus stop, where her school bus is pulling up, supposed to pick her up, and then they drive off into it to her school, right? But she doesn't get on that bus, nor does she show up to school. And then it's way later when her family reports her missing. It's at 5:30 p.m. Do you realize that's a long time? You're telling me the school never called? The school didn't call mama, daddy, whatever parental or guardian is on the list that they're supposed to call to let them know your daughter didn't show up to school. Is she okay? Is she sick? We just want to make sure she's okay. Was that phone call ever made? Were phone calls, let's just say that plural, ever made? That's question number one I have in my head. She's allegedly dropped off at 7 a.m. She doesn't get on the bus, nor does she show up to school. And the school didn't call? I guarantee you, the school called if she didn't show up. Come on now. Then on top of that, why would it take till 5:30 p.m. that same day for anyone to report her missing? Like I said, I want to know what's going on between the time of 7 a.m. till the time that they made a phone call around 5:30 saying, "Where's my baby? I'd like to report my child missing." That's a long time of nothing, allegedly. But I'd like to know a little bit more about that story too. That timeline seems a little bit odd, don't you think? But moving on, the mother said they originally started the search behind Audrii's home, where she lives with her father, but that hasn't been verified by law enforcement. I'm just going to put that, I'm going to highlight that again. She said they started with searching behind Audrii's home, where she lives with her father. Let me just say this again. She lives with her father. Okay, so then let's go back to this. She lives with her father. And then guess whose roommate gets thrown into jail within 24 hours after she went missing? Ta-da! Okay. Something's rotten in Denmark. Something's most definitely rotten in Denmark. Moving on. Search began in the wood line behind her home because it leads to the state park. Now she is known to like to explore the woods. She likes to look at the little animals, Matthews said. According to Matthews, Audrii stays with her father and her grandmother. So then who? Okay. I'm assuming she hops back and forth between her father's home and her grandmother's home. That's my assumption, unless grandma lives in the same home with Pops, which doesn't sound like that's the case. But I digress. Investigators paused the search for Audrii on Friday night. That's last night. But plan to resume searching at Lake Livingston near the dam on Saturday morning. They haven't shared any other locations of interest. Let me say this again. When you have them out here going, hup, 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 looking everywhere, okay, all Friday, and then as soon as the sun goes down, they're going, oh, guys, time to go home, go get some dinner with your loved ones. We'll resume back in the morning. You know, for a fact, that is a recovery. That is not a rescue. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that, but this is not going to turn out. I don't think this is going to turn out to be a happy ending, unfortunately. Okay. And now they're searching the lake. So something bad happened here. Okay. And the sun said, thank you. You know, something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Something's not right here. Okay. Something not right. Okay. I'll stop saying that over and over and over again, but just something doesn't feel right, guys. Okay. They said, continuing on, Cassie Matthews, his mother, or her mother, I'm sorry, Audrii's mother said, hard is an understatement. This is the stuff you see on TV, and you can only imagine what the family and the parents are going through. And there's not words for it. There is not one feeling you feel. It's a roller coaster. You are broken. You are mad. You are empty. And right now, I am empty. This is what she said. She continues. She has so many opportunities ahead of her, and she deserves every right to be able to reach those opportunities. I agree. She's 11 years old, for crying out loud. Little baby girl. Multiple law enforcement agencies are assisting in the search for Cunningham, including Polk County Sheriff's Office, the Department of Texas Department of Public Safety, and the FBI. I'm not going to be the same. I'm not going to be the same unless my baby is returned to me, and neither and neither is her family, any of us, any of her friends, any of the people that has been connected to it, in the community. I can't read this for some weird reason. I am not going to be the same unless my baby is returned to me, and neither is her family, any of us, any of her friends, any of the people that she has been connected to in the community. That's what she said. Sorry about that mess up, but that's what she says. Okay. Now, I do have a video where we're going to take a look at that as well. But again, now, like I said, something is off. Something's off to me. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna take a look at this clip. This is some of it has the interview from Cassie, the mother. So let's take a look at that. Whenever it starts. Shimon, baby.
It seems like every inn that we search, it just ends with empty hands so far. And I want my baby returned.
New at 10, the mother of missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham speaking out for the first time tonight, praying for the safe return of her daughter.
It's been 40 hours since anyone has seen 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham.
She is at the center of an Amber Alert out of Polk County after never boarding her school bus yesterday morning. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Candace Burns. Daniela Guzman is off tonight. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry has been with investigators at Lake Livingston this evening as they're zeroing in on persons of interest in her disappearance. Bryce?
Now, I will say this, just because I got to hop in here. But if you notice, from what we see, the sky view of this lake, that's a big ass lake. Okay? That's a big lake. All right? Hamburger, that's a big ass lake. So they might have to do a lot more searching than just in this spot. You see what I'm saying? They might have to look even further into the lake to possibly, you see what I'm saying? If they're thinking that she is in the lake, then you see what I'm saying? They're going to have to do more than just look off on the side of the shore, right? Somebody just said, Laura just said, yes, a very beautiful lake. Yeah, I've never seen that lake before in my life. You know, I don't Texas very often. I've only been there a couple times, but that's a big lake. Okay. So yeah, this is crazy. Real quick, let me get this. Infamous. Thank you so much for the 5. I was watching the replay, but caught a name. And did you say the little girl's name is Audrey? Yes, it is Audrey with 2 I's, not EY, but 2 I's, just so you know. Okay. But thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. All right. But yes, this is a big old lake from my understanding. Okay. So this search might be longer, might take longer than what they're thinking, you know, because of how vast this lake is. And then, of course, what tips did they get? What information did they get? Okay. I'm wondering. Anyway, because why would they look in that specific area, right? But let's find out. Okay.
The search for Audrii Cunningham is on pause for the night. Investigators spent several hours at Lake Livingston today following leads as we learned a specialized FBI team is now involved. And tonight, for the first time, Audrii's mother talked to our cameras, sharing an emotional plea to bring her daughter home.
There's not words for it. There's not one feeling you feel. It's a roller coaster.
The roller coaster of emotion started Thursday night for Cassie Matthews. Her 11-year-old daughter, Audrii Cunningham, didn't return home after school, never even made it on the bus that morning.
This is the stuff that you see on TV, and you wonder, you can only imagine what the family and the parents are going through.
Last seen near her home around 7 a.m. Thursday. Investigators say family reported her missing around 5:30 p.m.
That timeline still just irks my soul. I'm sorry. 5:30, like that. Can we talk about that for like just 2 seconds before we go into anything more in this video with this news clip? Okay. Just rock with me for a second. 7 a.m. you drop off someone allegedly drops off their daughter or Audrii. Okay. 7 a.m. She allegedly does not get on this bus. Now, if the school has protocols, which I guarantee you they do, they're going to call somebody on their list to let them know that Audrii did not show up to school. So after this happens, after that phone call is made, because it's usually made within the first few hours of school in the wee morning time, okay? Wee hours of the morning. This is not like they call at 2 o'clock going, she's not here, is she okay? No, they're calling first thing in the morning, majority of the time, okay? At least last I checked, Justice said, no, not all schools do that. Interesting. I've never heard a school not do that, okay? But hey, we all live in different areas. Maybe certain schools have different protocols, but from my experience, if you don't show up to school, the parents are either calling the school to let them know that you are not showing up to class that day because you're sick or whatever, or the school is calling you being like, hey, is everything okay? Or something of some sort, right? Yeah, it's an email, it's a text, it's something, right? So you're telling me that the parents didn't receive any of that stuff throughout the entire time? So no phone call, no text, no email. They didn't get anything at all day. So then when it was time to go pick her up, or when she was supposed to be dropped off from school, from the bus stop, and she's supposed to be walking into the house, she doesn't show up then she doesn't even show up then either, right? And she's probably getting off at school around 2:45, 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30. So you're telling me the parents didn't wonder, hey, where's she at? Not once? That timeline doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. Regardless if it was mommy or daddy getting the emails, text messages, or phone calls, however their procedure is. It still is a very weird thing that no action was made until about 5:30. Now, I get it that you might go and drive to the place where she was last allegedly dropped off. You might go to some spots that that she likes to go to. Maybe she had a bad day. If you think that she's one to kick rocks or run off somewhere, go to the local, I don't know, some place that she likes to go to get away from situations, whatever it may be. Sure, you might go and survey the area of where you think you might see her at. You might hit up friends' homes, knock on doors. Hey, is Audrii here? You're one of her closest friends. I'm just checking to see if she's here. I get all that stuff, and that might take a little bit of time before you call up 911 or pull up to the precinct and saying, I'd like to file a missing persons report, right? That might take time. But why 5:30? I'm still sitting here saying, why 5:30? They didn't get the text messages, the emails, nor the phone calls saying, hey, she didn't show up to school earlier in the day. Like, I get people being busy, okay? I get work is busy, especially if you're out here working hard for the money. I get it, okay? Got to roll up your sleeves and put in the grunt work, but still, you're still looking at your phone. You're still checking things, right? And yet you didn't see anything, and then you get And see what I'm saying? It just seems, the timeline seems a bit off. That's all. Okay? And that's one thing I'd like to know too, April B12. I would like to know if the school actually reached out to the parents, because I feel like that's standard protocol nowadays. And if they don't have that protocol implemented in their policies and in their procedures, especially when it comes to the kids, they better do that now, because they're about to start getting sued if they didn't do that. I feel like that's incredibly crucial. Hey, she's not here. She didn't show up. We didn't get any phone calls from the parents saying that she was sick. Let's make sure she is actually sick. I feel like that's a standard procedure for most schools. It'd be asinine for them not to do that. If she shows up, she shows up. What the hell's that? That's insane to me. But all right, like I said, timeline bit off. Okay, a bit off. All right. Yep. A very simple rule that can expedite a search. Yep. I mean, it like I said, it would just be, it would be so idiotic. Okay. It would just be so idiotic. Let me see this. Thank you so much for the 10. It is common in Texas until after 5 p.m. I think it's because kids end up coming later in the day. I think that this process needs to change after first class attendance. So it's common. Wait, what is common? The phone calls, or it's common that that they didn't go over and file her missing earlier than 5:30 per. Just let me know. Just comment. I'll keep an eye out for it. But thank you so much for the 10. Okay, I really do appreciate that. Let me get this real quick. Infamous, thank you so much for the 5. That's my name. I was just watching some paranormal videos. Then I switched to your channel and you were talking about the story and I heard my name. Okay, right on. Whoops. I lost it. No. Where did it go? Thank you again for the 5. I'm extremely empathetic as well. I'm getting some weird, funky energies along with her name being Audrey. Pray for good news. Yes, I am praying for good news as well. That's crazy. Oh, so the phone calls would be made after 5? Wow. Okay. If that's the case, then okay. Then I stand corrected, but that's odd that phone calls will be made at 5. I guess when I was growing up, they were made within the by the first or second period. There, you're getting a phone call around 10, 11 o'clock. Hey, we noticed that if you hadn't called in yourself as a parent, if you hadn't called in saying, yes, my son's not going to be in today, he's very sick, whatever it is, right? Majority of the time, they call within the second or third period, being like, oh, we understand that we see that he's not in attendance. Is he okay? Or is she okay? Yeah, he's sick. I'm sure he'll be back in tomorrow. Whatever it is, right? Yeah, exactly, CM. Escobar. What's the point in calling a parent by 5 p.m.? They're already there. You see what I'm saying? Because instantly you're going, wait a second. Wait, my son is supposed to be in school today. My daughter is supposed to be in school today. She ain't here. So what you mean? I dropped her off. What do you mean that she's not in school right now? You see what I'm saying? Red flags. You see what I'm saying? Red flag alert. Alert. You're going and you're going to go out there and drop everything you're doing to try to find your kid, because it's been said that they didn't show up to school. So if they didn't show up to school, something bad may have happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, what the hell, man? You know what I'm saying? Buttercup, what other kids at the bus stop? You know what? I'm wondering about that too. Were there other kids? But here's the thing. to me, it sounds like she never really was dropped off at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. at the bus stop. That's what I think. Okay. That's what I honestly think. I don't think that she was actually dropped off. So if there was any eyewitness from kids that may have been, that sit and wait at the same bus stop, I feel like they might say, yeah, we didn't see her. What they're saying is that she was being dropped off there at 7 a.m., but she may never have even gotten out of the car, unfortunately. Breezy B, that's a good question too. Neighborhood cameras. I'm sure 5-0 is doing everything they can right now, and looking those kind of things up, doing their due diligence. I'm hoping that they have something, right? I'm hoping for that. I'm really, really hoping for that. Okay. Beautiful Messy Ball just said, Pascal, schools don't care about your kids. They care about an agenda in indoctrinating your kids. It's sad, but true. Well, okay. You said that, but here's the thing. Outside of political things, I get it. Kids, schools are schools. And yes, I do think that there are certain policies, protocols, et cetera, that just are kind of trash within schools. But here's the thing. They are in the job of taking care of your kid. They have the responsibility of making sure that your kid is, taken care of in a safe environment, is fed, gets their physical activities, and then sent back home, right? For the most part, that's, for the most part, if you just break it all the way down, if you water it all the way down, that's the job, right? Take care of the kids, make sure that they're safe, make sure that they're reading what they have to read, make sure that their curriculums are good, feed them, let them have recess, run around, act a fool, learn some more, put them on a bus, send them back home, right? But all the while, they are what? Safe the whole time. They arrive alive and they go back home alive. So that is basically, if you really break it all the way down. Okay. Now, in this situation, they didn't do their job in that case. Phone calls being made at 5 o'clock when somebody's not showing up. Like Angela said, the math ain't mathing. I agree. Math ain't mathing. All right. So it doesn't matter whether they think that you just got some snot-nosed kids in the school and all that. Their responsibility, the school's responsibility, is to ensure that that child has a safe educational environment. Safe should be number one on that list. Period. And those protocols and those policies should be put and set in motion whenever something does not add up correctly. Meaning, i.e., when a child does not show up to school when she's supposed to be in school, and you have not received a phone call from parents saying that they are sick, that policy or protocol should be exacted immediately, not at the end of the day at 5 p.m. That doesn't make sense. That's where I feel, if that's the case with this school, that's where they screwed this up. Because trust and believe, this is an 11-year-old kid. You also got to remember, though, too, guys. Let me also point this out. I doubt she went to some huge, massive elementary school. We talk about elementary, junior high elementary school. Okay? Like it's a small thing. She's not going to some school where there's 50,000 kids or something like that. You see what I'm saying? This is not some massive, overpopulated school where they have to call every single person that's not at school. You see what I'm saying? Where they may go through it may do those procedures at 5 p.m. This is elementary we talking about. As soon as she didn't show up, they're going, she's not here. Bring, calling up the school or calling up the parents. That's it. Now, if this was like a public school, a public high school where it's very, very, very overly populated, tens of thousands of kids are all there, I get that. I get the phone call being made at 5 o'clock type thing. I get that part. But we talking about an 11-year-old girl. We talking about elementary school. Okay? This is a kid. Instantly, that phone call should have been made. And like I said, if they didn't do that and they didn't make that phone call until 5, then their procedures, their protocols are totally 110% off. Real talk. But anyway, I'm glad we were able to talk that out. And I know some of y'all may disagree with what I'm saying. We'll just have to agree to disagree respectfully, right?
Livingston ISD tells us they let Cunningham's family know she wasn't in class. Friday, the search brought investigators.
Let me roll that back just a little bit, okay?
Investigators say family reported her missing around 5:30 p.m. Livingston ISD tells us they let Cunningham's family know she wasn't in class.
See, that's the thing. Did they let them know after 5? Or did they tell them in the day? And then they may have done their own search because they didn't want to get involved. They didn't want to get 5-0 involved. And then when they realized that they exhausted all of their own resources, maybe that's when they reported her missing. But like I said, I'm still wanting to know. That's so odd that that a school would wait that long. If they would wait that long to call for a little girl that's in elementary school. Just saying.
Friday, the search brought investigators to Lake Livingston, where they used boats, drones, and dogs.
This is a location of interest. We are bringing in divers as well. Again, this is all an effort to uncover additional leads.
The Texas Rangers, along with Polk and San Jacinto County Sheriff's offices, now getting help from the FBI, including a specialized child abduction rapid deployment team. Those teams, according to the FBI, have a proven track record in crimes against children investigations, especially cases where a child has been abducted by someone other than a family member. Is it the belief that she was abducted?
I know that term implies that. We're not drawing any conclusions right now.
Investigators say they have persons of interest, but are keeping many details private.
I feel like I can't do anything because I know nothing.
You know, I do have to say, I also think it's a bad move, in my personal opinion. I know not everybody's going to agree with me on this. I get holding things close to the vest. But when you have a little girl that's missing like this out here, I think it's crucial to get the information as much details as you can to the general public, because you never know. She could be standing at a gas station right now by herself. She could be anywhere right now. Yeah, she could literally be in that lake, on the side of the lake. She could be hidden somewhere, tucked away by somebody else, somewhere else. The possibilities are endless here. I get it. But at the same time, the fact that they're not giving the general public any information is trash to me. It's ludicrous. Let people know what's going on. At least give them the solid facts so that people who are driving in the area, doing whatever they're doing, shopping at the freaking mall, whatever it may be, they at least have their eyes open, because they're like, okay, we've heard that she was in this area, so on and so forth. Or, hey, if this has any involvement with another monster, then maybe that monster, someone knows, and maybe knows how they move. You see what I'm saying? Like, this crucial, okay? Crucial information. Just let people know. Stop playing things close. Why are you doing it? Why are you making it? It sounds so, I hate using this word. I'm trying to say this word less, but it just makes it more salacious than it needs to be. You see what I'm saying? Tell us the news, because then you never know. It might be a Gabby Petito situation where, You put out the information, and some van lifer is driving by going, wait a second. I saw a van on the side of the road, and it's on this footage, so on and so forth. Put the information out here. Let people know. Damn, yo. Damn.
Family desperate to find Audrii, who's known to love animals and make others laugh.
She has so many opportunities ahead of her, and she deserves every right to be able to reach those opportunities.
Until she's back home, safe, Matthews won't give up.
Right now, I'm empty. And I'm not gonna be the same unless my baby is returned to me.
Yeah. And I don't blame Mama for feeling the way she feels. I can only imagine what she's going through. I can only imagine what the family is feeling right now. In fact, I'm wondering what's up with the pops, but we're gonna talk about that here in a second.
Investigators tell us they have other locations of interest as well, but we don't know where those are. We know that they do plan to be back here at Lake Livingston tomorrow morning, and any tips should be called in to the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Yes, I agree. They need more transparency to the public, at least the immediate public. I'm just telling the stories, right? I'm giving you guys the information and having a discussion with you guys, but I'm still wondering about a lot of things here that are they're just not equating to me. They're not adding up. And it's very frustrating. Now, okay. All right, let me okay. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I am just trying to pull up a few things here because I want to make sure I have a few things for you guys before we continue on. Do me a favor, though, and I appreciate all the support. I'll get to that super chat here in just a second. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Please don't forget to do that. All right. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button. Please hit that join button if you're watching on YouTube. Become a member. Consider becoming a member. It is less than a cup of coffee from Starbucks, okay? And I know we are all trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, okay? I get it, okay? But if you can support, that would be greatly appreciated. If you want to support even more, please go check out pascalmerch.com, custom hoodies, t-shirts, etc. I mean, this isn't custom. An essential line, which are just basically basic colors, solid colors and whatnot. Also handcrafted tie-dye t-shirts and hoodies made by yours truly. So please go check those out when you get a chance. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Now, we have a few things we got to take a look at here. I know that there's been some coverage. Some people have been, boots on the ground, covering some things within this whole thing, with this particular case, which I do appreciate. I don't know how some of y'all do it. I'm gonna be real. I mean, I wish I had time. I wish I had the time to hop around. You feel me? I wish I had the time to hop around like that. But I do want to share with you guys a few updates. This happened, just about a few hours ago, right before I got started with the show. But they're saying an update on the search for Audrii Cunningham. Investigators believe the 2003 dark blue Chevrolet Suburban pictured is a vehicle of interest in the search for the 11-year-old girl. Okay. Now, if you know of anything, if you have any, if you got any information on this, again, I'm going to repeat the number. Please call 936-327-6810. Now, here's the interesting part. Okay, we see the Chevy Suburban. It definitely has had better days. All right. So it's a little bit of a rundown Chevy. Now, what's interesting is the tag. It looks like AS8-5063, maybe? It looks like that. Okay. So that's kind of important. I don't know if that's an 8, but it looks like A, again, AS8 50, maybe 53 or 63. Could be a G, there as well, but definitely I could see somebody, walking by this and writing in the back of the window, "Wash me," because it's definitely dirty. All right. But this is what they're saying right now, as far as, but then I'm wondering what happened here, right? That vehicle doesn't look like it can go anywhere. Yeah, I feel you. But you'd be surprised what some of these cars, man, shoot, you're like, these things are built to last. Damn. But nonetheless, this is what they're saying right now. Okay. As far as an update, a more up to date update with this. Okay. Now I want to share with you guys the press conference, which we need to look at. And again, the thing is there's these text messages that are just very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Whoa. Y'all put in work. Y'all putting in work. See that now, this is the thing though. They say about this truck, and I'm wondering, I'll show you guys the truck again. Here it is. Okay. They have the truck. Here's the truck, right? So then ain't the roommate arrested? So are they still searching for this particular car if he's been why are they still looking for the car if he's been arrested? And if that is his car, then why would they put out this trying to find his car unless he ditched the car? But that doesn't make any sense to me. Right? Let me show you what I mean. Because allegedly, they're alleging, because here it is. Look, here's a photo. Looks like that's 50. Here is the Chevy. Notice the dent, or notice that mark on the back of the car. Let me show you what is going on here. Same mark right here. You see that? Right there. Interesting, right? Interesting, right? Boom. Same color. Looks like the same make. Looks like the exact same make. Same marking on the back of the car. But he's arrested right now, right? So that's why I'm going, okay, the math ain't math in there. Okay. Let me see here something. So yeah, like I said, math is not fully mathing to me when we see. So I'm like, okay, he's already arrested. Homeboy is arrested. So why are they putting out an alert or putting that out trying to find the car? When it looks like, to me in this photo at least, this looks like 50, because look, this car right here looks like this one right here, not this white car, but this, the front of an SUV right here. This looks like a government vehicle. And this man does not look like he's up here just hanging out with him, talking about the game. That definitely looks like an officer of the law. So why would they be looking for this car if he's already been detained? Laura on Facebook, thank you so much for that. At no point did they say that they're searching for it, just that it's a vehicle of interest. They're trying to gather a timeline. Okay. You know what? Actually, that's a very good point. You know what, Laura? Thank you from downtown, from Facebook land. You know, that's a good point. That's actually a very, very good point, because they may have seen, maybe somebody saw this car driving around, right? Or maybe there's footage, video evidence, security cams, etc. Right? Did you see this car drive by you today? And if you did, where did it drive? Where were you at when it drove by you? So on and so forth. So yeah, okay. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, I was curious about that. I'm like, damn, ain't he arrested? So why do they even give a damn about the car? But that now, because of Laura, okay, that makes sense now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that clarity. So let us continue on, because we got more to look at. Let me show you guys another video, another one. Now, I want to share with you guys the actual press conference, okay, before we continue on, because I think that there's, I feel like the press conference says a lot here. And then I got a TikTok that I want to share with you guys. So we got a few things we got to go through before we get done. Now, I still don't, yes, Hagen, McDougal is the roommate to the father, yes. And I'm still trying to understand why. Why did it go the way it went, right? Why did he have a roommate that is a known P word? Okay. Why? This guy has a very violent past. Why would he have a roommate like this? And then why would the law, courts, etc., why would they allow this father to have their daughter in the presence or in the same vicinity as this monster? I'm still trying to figure out all of that. You see what I'm saying? That's the one thing that just doesn't make any sense to me. And you know for a fact the father knew. It's not like he sat there going, I didn't know. I swear to God, I didn't know. Man, you knew, bruh. Come on, you knew exactly what was going on. You knew exactly who this dude is. Walking around here with, badges of, symbols of hate tattooed on his body. You didn't think that was, you thought that was okay for your child to be around? Period, point blank. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how badly you need a roommate. You find somebody else. Plenty of other people out here that are trying to find a crib to live in. Okay? And you chose that guy. Come on. Anyway, stupid. Let me continue on, man. Let me show you guys this press conference. Let's rock and roll.
Investigative updates at this point right now. My name is Lieutenant Craig Cummings, CRAIG CUMMINGS, spokesperson for the Texas Department of Public Safety, and here speaking on behalf of the Polk County Sheriff at his request. Today I'm joined by Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons, Polk County District Attorney Shelley Sitton, San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers, and then Polk County Precinct 2 Constable Bill Cunningham. The location that we're at right now is a location of interest. In a little while, you're going to see investigators leaving this scene. We will be back tomorrow. We will have deputies here to protect this location and the investigative efforts that have been uncovered up to this point. We are asking the public to stay away from this area. And then tomorrow, we're going to have additional resources that will be on hand to help find Audrey. And I want to reiterate that we are committed to bringing Audrey home. That's the reason why you see the collaborative effort here right now, all of these law enforcement agencies, to include the FBI, that have been assisting with this. And we're asking the public to report any tips that they think will help us bring Audrey home to the Polk County Sheriff's Office or through our iWatch Texas app. And that can be done anonymously from your phone. So with that, I'll open it up for questions. We're protecting the investigative efforts. So this is a ongoing investigation, and so the investigators are doing an exceptionally good job at gathering information, and so that's what we're going to be protecting as they continue their work. Yeah, we don't want to go any farther than the investigative tools that we're using right now, and then investigative leads that they've uncovered. This is a very fluid and active investigation with the sole focus of bringing Audrii home. We're not releasing that information now. Investigators are working on multiple ways that they are looking at that type of information, but right now we're not releasing it. This is a location of interest. And so that's the reason why we've got the effort. That's why we have the dogs here. That's the reason why the boats have been here. All of this in an effort to find Audrii. And our prayers are certainly tonight and then tomorrow morning. And we ask for the public as well that Audrii is brought home safe. Yes, we have persons of interest in this case, and we have been at other locations. This is a location of interest where we're putting our investigative efforts right now. That would be a question for the FBI. Okay, and that is a typical thing that will happen. All the available resources that we can bring out here to help this, the FBI has a tremendous asset that they bring to the table, and we're very appreciative of all of their efforts. So this is just one more tool that investigators are using to find Audrii. I know that term implies that. We're not drawing any conclusions right now. We still have a lot of information that we are going through. And so there's a lot of leads the investigators are following now. We're not releasing that information. Well, we don't know. But I can say that the DA is here, the sheriffs are here, because this is a collaborative effort. The DA brings a very particular set of skills that's essential for us as investigators to get the job done. So we're appreciative of her being here, working with us so that we can make sure that all of the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in this investigation. It's just due to the dark. So it's dark. We're not going to put boats in the water. But this also gives us an opportunity to regroup and then look at the information that we've got throughout the night and then come back out tomorrow. Right. Yeah. We're just not going any farther than that right now. And so we are asking the public to stay away from the area. But that's as far as we can go there. Yeah, there are law enforcement drones that have been here. We are bringing in divers as well. Again, this is all an effort to uncover additional leads that will help bring Audrii home.
I see a bunch of you guys putting in questions and all that. And yes, this is live, everybody. For those of y'all who don't know, this is very, very live. But what is interesting is it sounds to me like there are a couple people it's not just one person of interest. I know noticed you guys are pointing that out, talking about what he's saying in this press conference. And there's not much he's saying here. There really isn't a whole lot that he's really telling the public, which is clearly frustrating and annoying. But at the same time, it is, I'm wanting to know what he knows. I want to know what law enforcement knows, right? And don't worry, we are going to be looking at the Missy, of course, was like were the messages sent to the mom in order to create an alibi / cover up for something that already happened the day before. Now that's a question I don't know. That's an interesting perspective, Missy. Okay, or that's an interesting question. Okay, but a good portion, I haven't found all of the text messages, but a good portion of the text messages are on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm sorry, which we are going to be looking at here very shortly. So patience, my babies, patience. We are going to be going into that here in just a little bit. But it does make you wonder what actually is going on here. What is the dynamics here? There's more that's being said on Reddit, which we are going to take a look at that. We have to take those things with a grain of salt, of course. But like I said, we are going to be diving into some things. So we are looking into some things, ladies and germs. So get comfortable, get ready. Let's finish this press conference. We're going to be getting into more of this other stuff. Like I said, I'm curious because the things that are being said on there are things that are being said on Reddit. There's things that are being said in the group chats on Facebook that we're going to be looking at, and the text messages. There's a bunch of different things that, people are starting to piece the puzzle together in their own way. Don't know if it paints an accurate picture, but it is something that people are doing nonetheless. Let's continue this. Let's finish this out.
Yeah, no, that's great. We don't want to give away any areas, but if people would review their cameras, if they find something suspicious that they think would warrant the help of investigators or a review by our investigators, by all means, please call the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And if it's an emergency, call 911 so that we can evaluate that information. That's a great question.
It seems like more information would be helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
I agree. I agree with what this reporter just said. If you didn't hear what she says, hey, if you're asking for the public's help, why aren't you telling us more information? The more information, if you can give us a little bit more than what you've given so far, then we can help. Then the public can help you. So now he's responding.
Fortunately, right now, there just isn't more information that we can give. Like I explained in the press conference earlier, we're trying to protect the integrity of this investigation, and that's the reason why, and I can understand the public's concern that we're not giving out a lot of information, but the end here is to find Audrii and bring her home, and so that's what we're focused on right now. And so there's additional information out there. We're just not releasing it. That's what the investigators are using to follow up on.
There's more information that they know, clearly that they know, but they're not willing to give it out right now because they are they're doing their due diligence. But at the same time, yes, Nicole, like you just took the words right out of my mouth, right out of my mouth. They definitely know something. They most definitely know something. There's something more in this situation. They're just not telling us because I think that they don't want to break many hearts. Trust and believe this would be a completely different situation. This press conference breathes differently than other press conferences that we've seen where police believe that there could be a more positive outcome. That's just what I think. Okay. Something about this breathes different. That's all I'm saying. But interesting.
That's additional information that we're not releasing right now. But again, we continue with investigative leads and following these things. I know that there are a lot of questions that remained unanswered. We are absolutely searching to get this information so that we can get it to you and get it to the public. But our first priority has to be this investigation right now. That's the reason why we're here. And that's the reason why we'll be back here early tomorrow morning in hopes that we find Audrii soon.
Now, I want to point something out. This happened, okay? this press conference happened yesterday before the arrest of Donald Stephen McDougal, just so you guys know. This press conference happened yesterday, and then yesterday afternoon, evening is when McDougal was arrested. So just so you guys get the timeline correct, because I know some of you guys are like, hey, no one's been arrested. Yeah, at that time, no one was arrested. Okay? But this press conference happened yesterday, okay, before the arrest of McDougal, just so you guys know, okay?
We haven't decided on the time. It's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of daybreak.
Is her family still being cooperative, like you said a few hours ago?
Yes. Yeah, families being cooperative, and we certainly appreciate them, and we appreciate the community as well. Everyone has been exceptionally helpful in the efforts out here, so we appreciate that. With that, we're going to close it down. You'll see some investigators leaving here shortly, but they'll be back tomorrow morning. So with that, I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
I do find it odd. I'm going to tell you, I'm saying it. I just do find it odd that they're like, we're stopping the search. We're going to reconvene tomorrow when the sun is up. I just find that a little bit odd. I feel like, remember when we had all these searches for Brian Laundrie? There were searches for Cavalcante, the man that was on the run in Pennsylvania, in the Pennsylvania area. Remember that they were just, it was hours upon hours of overnight searches, etc. I mean, they were doing so much work to try to find that monster as well, that kick rocks, that happened to scale, scale a wall and escape from prison. They were doing countless overnight hours. Police, countless. Okay. I remember, trying to do some lives during that time overnight. I know a lot of other content creators were covering that as well during that time. And a lot of those searches were done overnight. 5-0 here is sitting here going, we're going to be done for the evening. We'll be back in the morning. What does that tell you? That says something different for me. Let me get some super chats really quick, okay? Infamous, thank you so much. We got some more. We're going to get into some more information here, guys, so sit tight. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Hit that follow button on my Facebook page, all right? Please and thank you. But Infamous, thank you so much for the 10. I remember when I was in school, we would have to try to beat that phone call to make sure they knew that we weren't ditching if that's what we were doing. Exactly. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You're trying to, not get in trouble because for a fact the phone call will be done around this particular time. You want to be the one to answer the phone call or something of that sort. But now they do text messages, they do emails, they do all kinds of different things to notify parents that your kid ain't at school, right? But then again, like I said, we're talking about an 11-year-old girl, 11-year-old kid. I feel like the procedure's a little bit more strict, right? A little bit more rigid when the kid does not show up because of fear of something bad happening. But real quick, Infamous, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you, Infamous. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. And just like Infamous, please consider becoming a member by hitting that join button down below. Okay? Please and thank you. Okay? Now, okay. We got to get into a few things. All right? Now, I want to show you guys a photo of Audrey. I want to share with you guys a photo of Audrey real quick, because there's a few things I want to share with you guys. There's a TikTok that I'm going to share here in a second, but there is information like, okay, there is a screenshot of when the dad posted, basically alerting people on Facebook that she went missing. So I want to share that with you guys right now. Okay, this is from Joshua, the dad. He says, my daughter, Audrey, all right, is missing. She did not make it to the bus this morning. Contact me and the police immediately with any information. Okay. Now, of course, we're sharing this. This is, on Facebook, people have been sharing this like crazy. Okay. But as you can see, little Audrey just being little Audrey, right? But very interesting. And I'm wondering what time he actually posted this onto Facebook. Because this only says, 18 hours ago, right? But I'm curious as to what time he actually posted that to the public. Because it could have been a thing where he was like, as soon as he got the phone call, or as soon as he was notified that she didn't show up to school, that he posted that. That post could have been at 11 o'clock in the morning. It could have been at 12, at any moment. But I'm wondering if it was before or after they filed a missing persons report. Okay? That's one piece that I wanted to share with you guys. There's another piece here too. And of course, this is people just, sliding in the group chat, putting in their 2 cents about things. But I do want to share this with you guys nonetheless. Okay? Just some interesting information that was being leaked when this whole thing was posted. Okay. So it says, responding to somebody asking, I guess, a question. You probably already know this, but dad's roommate has her last. Said he left her at the bus stop. She never got on the bus. He is a registered SO. So this person responding to that post or that comment said, "Are you saying a registered SO is the last one to see her?" And then somebody had time today or that day and posted a little bit of his rap sheet. Crazy, right? Now, the thing I am wondering is if you know that I know I said it already, but if you know somebody has a history with littles, why would you ever trust them with your own child? I don't care how nice you are with him. I don't care if he's your best buddy in the whole wide world, but you know for a fact that this particular person has a thing and has a serious problem. Now I'm asking you in your right mind, because he must have been high to allow this to happen. In your right sober mind, would you let someone who's known and has a track record, has a rap sheet of doing some very, very bad things, would you let them be in the same room, that alone with your child? I'm gonna answer for you. Hell no. Hell no. You got another thing coming, bro. Let alone letting this person live in the same vicinity as your little child. Hell no. So why? Why did this happen? This is where it all is mucked up. Right about there. Okay? Then on top of it, I mean, there's so many, man. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just show you some things. I mean, I already showed you a photo of him before, but I'm just going to show you more of this individual. Okay. If you know that this individual is going to have stuff like that, you see what's on his shoulder. Okay. I'm sure a bunch of these are prison tats, etc. All right. Like, I'm only showing in a flash because I don't want to sit on that too long. But no matter what, even with that stuff. Now, I don't know how her dad rolls. Her dad might be someone who's all about that stuff as well. I don't know. Maybe supports that kind of hate and that kind of mentality. But no matter what, if that's the case, why did he have custody over this child? Why? Like I said, it's still something that is not making any sense to me. This is not someone who is this is not a safe individual. This dude has got a very long rap sheet, which I'm going to share with you guys here too. Just bless me with a little bit of time because I'm just pulling all this stuff up. I mean, this dude has been in and out since 1998, it looks like, for all kinds of stuff. We're going to get into it in a second. I'm just getting as much as I can here. But this is not a safe individual to have around your child. The other thing, too, is sorry, I'm pulling this stuff up. I'm sorry. The other thing, too, is I'm going to be real. Even if he was like, I'm a changed man, bro. I'm a changed man, right? Okay, bet. Say that he's a changed man. Why would you even allow your child to see those kinds of symbols and stuff on another person? Like, you're telling me he's just going to walk around with his shirt off around your kid? I'm just saying. Regardless, you wouldn't be my roommate. I won't keep it a buck. Okay, I don't care how desperate I am to have a roommate. You ain't living with me. But if that was the situation where he's like, I'm a changed man, I'd be like, well, you have a shirt on every single time my daughter's in our presence. You ain't never showing that stuff around my child. Period. But still, you're out here like I said, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work for me. So let me share with you guys a little bit. This guy's rap sheet is insane. This is just a little snippet. Let's take a look at this, shall we? I have to blow this up. But, I mean, and this is not even in chronological order because it goes as far back as 1998. Okay? But, look at this. Some of these things, I got to use code words. I can't even say half of this stuff. Okay? But 1999, public intoxication. 1999 again, evading arrest, failure to appear, failure to appear, no driver's license, no driver's license. Whoops. 1999 or 1998. Okay, we're going backwards. It's not in chronological order. But as you can see, A, family violence. I got to use these code words. Okay? Let's see, unauthorized use of vehicle. Aggravated A, disorderly conduct, resist arrest, search, or transportation, I guess. Transport, I guess. I don't know. Hold state of Alabama, theft. I guess violent A, non-reportable offense, arrest warrant A on public or A on public property, I guess, public intoxication. Like, look at all these things: driving while license suspended, like possession of the Mary Jane. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, he had something to do pretty much every year. He had something to do with 5-0, with being locked up or the possibility of being locked up. This is a very, very busy man. Now, him being arrested for aggravated A with a deadly weapon thing, that he just recently got arrested for, there may not be any connection to her missing situation and the reason why he's been arrested. There may be no connection whatsoever, but it could have been the thing that that got him arrested so that he can start talking. You see what I'm saying? They're like, we got him on this. Now we don't have him caught red-handed doing this thing to Audrii, but we can at least bring him in on this charge. You see what I'm saying? Because there could have been a warrant out for his arrest for that specific crime that he still needs to answer for. So while we get him, we can detain him, and then that can get us an opportunity for him to start talking. That could be it too, or it could be a connection between the two, between her missing and this aggravated A charge. That could possibly be it. But again, it's just interesting timeline-wise, the connection. This guy has a long history of violence. This is a very, very bad individual who clearly has zero care or regard for human life, let alone his own life too. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't care. This is scum. Okay? This is scum. It's unfortunate, but people like this do actually exist in the world. It's unbelievable. And I'm just saying, I'm going to say because I don't give a fuck, okay? But God, oh God, oh God, how the hell is this sexy? How is this sexy? Someone tell me how that is sexy. I ain't gonna even wait because I know somebody out here can. Well, what happened? No, don't tell me nothing. This is this. How is this sexy? Okay. She thinks my tractor's sexy. Okay, I'm kidding, but still, that is true. Somebody out here would bang that. God. Woo! Have mercy on my soul. Okay, I am sorry. I'm trying to be a good man, but when people are bad, I just want to roast them because they deserve it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so. But how is that sexy? Sorry, y'all. Hell to the no. And I hope they lock him up for a very, very long time. I'm going to say it. But here it is, though. Let me, I'm going to try to get these, now, here's the thing. Hold on. I am so sorry, guys. I want to make sure that I have this chronologically correct here. Because there's a bunch of these text messages. I'm just making sure I have them all correct here. So let me just do this real quick. Sorry, guys. I am so oh, shoot. Okay. Let me just make sure I get this going here real quick. Okay. Because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to see these text messages. I think this could be the whole thing, but I got to make sure I got it all downloaded. And the only problem is trying to figure out what is the hopefully this will be the chronological order. That's the problem with this thing. And man, did they had a conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet as well. Hopefully we will find out. Jeez Louise. This is quite... Okay. I think I have it all. Let me just make sure. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I don't know if this is in chronological order. Hopefully I do have it in chronological order. Nope. There it is. I think this starts here. Okay. So this is Thursday morning, 6:30. What? Nope. I had it the right way, I guess. So it's this way. So as you can see, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with me. I wasn't meaning it disrespectful, but it's something that you would want and can't talk about. I can't talk about it on here. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay. Hopefully I got this right. Okay. If I have this incorrect, please stop me. Okay. In the middle, but I think I have it right in the chronological order. Okay. So it says, so of course they've had video chats. It looks like audio calls, video chats, etc. Okay. And this is stuff from Stephen. So I'm wondering if he actually posted these things himself to exonerate him or himself, or somebody hacked into his stuff and put this stuff out. I don't know. Either way, very interesting stuff. So we're going to go through the timeline or go through these text messages ourselves. Remember, there's also allegations or, things being said that Cassie, the mother, does not really know Stephen McDougal, Donald Stephen McDougal at all. That's one thing. That's what some people are saying, that, or at least she's claiming that she does not know this guy. Okay. Stephen's not the dad. Let me just say this really quick. Stephen's the guy who's actually been locked up. He's the one who's locked up right now. Okay. The badge of hate looking mother lover. Okay. All tatted up and everything. Lives a very righteous life. That is a lie. Let's move on here. Okay. So apparently this is from the guy who just got arrested. Okay. And Cassie, who is Audrey's biological mother. Okay. So it's interesting. So let's move on here. So ain't nothing wrong with me. I wasn't meaning it disrespectful, but it is something that you would want and can't talk about on here. It's not something you can call me about. Excuse me. I did call. I just think the way you came about that was extremely inappropriate and was disrespectful to not only Justin, but me as well. Okay. And here's the thing. I don't know who. Wait, I thought the father's name is Joshua. Hold on. I thought it was Joshua. Let's make sure we're not on crack. Yep. Papa's name is Joshua. Just y'all know. Okay. So Justin, we don't know. I don't know. Justin Timberlake, I don't know. All right. So audio call, then there was a video call. Then says, what's up? I'm super effing livid right now, honestly. because I don't understand. All right, let's move on to the next piece. Oh, I see the wrong. Oh, I see the wrong with it, and I am trying to fix what I see wrong. You are not a bad person, and she deserves the chance to know that. This is what Stephen allegedly sent to Cassie. When would you want to do this? You want to do it tomorrow? Hold on, I'll make sure you see you guys. Thank you, Joanne. And thank you, Mary, on both platforms. I appreciate y'all. Let me just show you some love. Thank you, guys. I didn't know that. Okay. Her fiance, her boyfriend, somebody said her new husband, fiance, boyfriend. Well, her main squeeze. All right. Just to be safe. Okay. Because that's still news to me. Okay. So look, it's one thing to say is one thing to have you say it, but before we meet tomorrow at the park, I need you to hear it. I need to hear her say it herself, either in video or on the phone. That this is what she wants, is to meet me and talk to me. She doesn't have to say nothing more or nothing less. Please. You don't know what I've been through trying to have anything to do with her, or the harassment from his friends and such because of the lies they have been told. I need reassurance. So he says back, okay, I'll take her to school tomorrow. After school, correct? This is odd. This is very odd. This is very, very odd. Let's continue on. Like I said, I told him I talked to you. But it makes me sick to my stomach. They think that that's okay. She's an innocent, fragile child mind. And them warping it with chaos is not right, man. Well, don't. But I might take you out to the dock to fish and accidentally pull up. What? Well, don't. But I might take you out to the dock. I might take you out to the dock to fish and accidentally pull up with her to fish. The one by their house? Really anywhere. That's asking for trouble and setting me up for failure. Not at all. I did not in any way need to be set up to lose my child even more. Lucky would lose it if he knew. I'm wondering who Lucky is too. And is this what she asked you to do? I'm your daughter's favorite person, and she will not something. Okay? And she will not something. Oh, wrong one. Wait a second. She will not something. So that says you don't know what I've been trying to Okay, you don't know what I've been through trying to have anything to do with her or the harassment from her friends. Wait. I already said all this, didn't I? I'm just going to repeat it anyway. It seems like it's like the same conversation again, but because of the lies they have been told, I need reassurance. Okay, I will take her to school tomorrow. After school, correct? Yes. What time would I need to be at the park so I can guarantee that I will hear her say it, that she wants me to be there? Yes, I will take her to school and have you on the phone. I will not force anything on her. Seems there's been enough of that already. Okay, when do you take her to school? Or tell me, is that the whole effing family just all throwed off in general, acting like a effing cult or some ish? Might not want to drink the Kool-Aid man, if you know what I mean. Not him. Not like I'm going to react upon this because I surely won't. I want what's best for my kid, and being everything that they fuel in her head with wouldn't be anything in my favor. Like I said, I told him I talked to you. Makes me sick to my stomach. They think that's okay. This is so weird. Hold on. This is it's like there's several different text messages, like different screenshots of this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. Let me make sure I got this right, because that's insane. Too many of the same thing. One second. Yeah, this is I have so many different there's so many different versions. Hold on. Trace said, look at what Jack, let me see. I don't see any Jack. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, like, because it seems like they're kind of saying the same stuff, but hold on. I don't see. Oh. Oh. Not sure if anyone realized, but I was watching Grizzly earlier, but FBI was right at the fishing spot where they're searching. Interesting. Interesting. See that? But like, and that's interesting. If that's the case, that's interesting, because they're saying in the text messages that says something. That does say something to me. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Uno momento, por favor. Okay. But yeah, it's very, very odd to me. Yeah. Let me just pull up this. We're just gonna have to trudge through this. Now, where was I? And if it sounds like it's a repeat, then it's a repeat. We'll just skip through it as much as we can. Okay, not him, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then, like I said, I told him I talked to you, but it makes me sick to my stomach. They think that's okay. She's an innocent, fragile child mind, and them warping it with chaos is not right, man. Well, don't. But I might take you out to the dock to fish and accidentally pull up with her to fish. Okay, by the one by their the one by their house, really anywhere. We're just going to go back. And if it sounds like it's repeat, it's repeat. Okay. She asked me yesterday going to school. I'm surprised she thought about me. She's scared to see me because of their reaction. Huh. I mean, didn't you say they kept her inside for a month after I seen her that day at Justin's mom's? She does all the time. Yes, exactly. Yes, she is still not allowed outside by herself in the evening. They told her that you were in the woods. She is confused about the situation, but I told her that you are not hiding in the woods, but we talk. What is wrong with him? Is he on chemicals or that effing stressed that he has mental that his mental has him thinking I'm going to steal her in the night, or that I live in that effing woods behind his mom's house. That's some serious crazy ish. It's like they are scaring her and brainwashing her with literal insane thoughts only a child would believe, so she doesn't want to know me like they make it out to be. Makes me wonder if Lucky has the beginning stages of his mom's mental problems, but no ish talking, just concern for him in general as a person. Or tell me, is that the whole effing family just all throwed off in general, acting like an effing cult or some ish? Might not want to drink the Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean. He says, not him. See, now we get things in more fully. I want to meet her too, but if this comes back to me in a bad way, I can lose her forever and would kill and I would kill you then myself, man. No threat, but a promise. I would not. As long as no one says anything about it being set up, no one would even know. And she won't say anything to them. There's a park down the road from my house. Would that be okay? And you and Justin would have to sit nearby and BS or pretend to do you and pretend to do or pretend to do you. Can you listen if you need to? But for my protection as well, I couldn't be alone. It's so weird. The typing is like no, barely any punctuations. My Lord. I mean, Justin can walk around the park and we can talk to you. The whole thing scares me, and that's fine. Like for real. She's not the only one made to feel terrified about things like this, and it's sad because she is my daughter and I, her mother. We should be happy and excited to get to see each other, or at least not so scared to do so. Don't you see anything wrong with that, man? Like, please understand. But yes, I want to see her. Yes, I want to talk to her and answer any questions she has truthfully, no matter how much it may hurt me. She deserves to know the truth on my end, and also how much I do love her, because at this point, she's got to be questioning if I do or not. Oh, I see the wrong with that, and I'm trying to fix what I see wrong. You are not a bad person, and she deserves the chance to know that. When would you want to do this? You want to do it tomorrow? Video chat. Video chat was made. And then, of course, it's like back to where it was again. That's weird. What's up? I'm effing livid right now, honestly, but because I don't understand. Why are you livid? I never disrespected you. Your baby has been asking me about you. This all just came across weird and wrong. And Valentine's Day is not my favorite day. I lost my very best friend on this day, and that just didn't sound right and looked bad. And I don't know. And what do you mean asking you about me? What has she been asking? Sweetie, I am as straightforward as it comes. If I was just talking to you to try to F, I would have done tried. Touche. I give you that. That's asking for trouble and setting me up for failure. Not at all. I do not in any way need to be set up to lose my child even more. Lucky would lose it. Okay, that's the same thing I feel. I'm your daughter's favorite person. She will not tell. Okay, so she says, she says, or what y'all maybe talked about for her to see me. What y'all maybe talked about for her to see me? She wants to meet you. I told you I am on your team. I will do what I can. I want to meet her too. But if this comes back to me bad in any way, I could lose her forever. This is the same thing all over again. What the hell? It's like repeat, repeat, repeat. Hold on. Okay. If I was trying to smash, if I was trying to holler at you, I would have done tried. She says touche. I will give you that. Okay. She asked me if I ever talked to you and if you were as bad as they say you are. Just came off wrong. Upset me. Wow. As bad as they say? What did you say? Oh yeah. They have made it look like you're just horrible. I told her that you are doing good and are fun to hang with. When did she ask this? She asked me yesterday going to school. I'm surprised she's thought about me. I think that's what it says. This is the same thing again. Yeah, I mean, Justin can walk around the park and you can talk to, yeah, I already said all this stuff. Okay, so then what time? Remember, it was like, what time do you want to meet? Says at 7. Okay, I'll be awake by 6:30 or 6:40. Then I do love her and pray this is no setup for more bad things to come to me when all I want is to know my child. Good night. Hope to hear from you tomorrow. The very next morning, or this is what she sent, of course, that early Thursday morning around 12:30 a.m. Then 6 hours later, she texts or messages, good morning. Or morning, he says, good morning. I hope to hear from you this morning. And please let her know that if she changed her mind, that is perfectly okay too. And I understand. Don't want her feeling pressured. Then it says, so I know it's not going to be a thing today, but when she's ready, please let me know. And that was at 3:19 p.m. on Thursday. The same day that she went missing, guys. Same day. Yeah. So this is the longer text here, but it says, right? So I know it's not going to be a thing today, but when she's ready, please let me know. Y'all have a good day, man. Yes, ma'am. Then 6:46 p.m. 6:46 p.m. Hey, have you seen Audrii? I dropped her off at the bus and she didn't get on and hasn't gotten home. Then, of course, the response is, no, Stephen, where the F is, okay? Like, it's a little bit like all over the place, like murky as hell. What I'd like to do is find, like, because this is just what is online, right? What I'd love to be able to do is find the full-on text message without it being like 15 different screenshots of the doggone message. But from what I gathered here, it sounds like Stephen was trying to reach out to Cassie so that Cassie could actually hang out and meet with Audrii. But my question is, why is Stephen putting himself in the middle of the drama? Why is he putting it into his own hands? Why is he dragging into the group chat? Why is he putting his 2 cents into the group chat? That's the part that doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, we're going to get together and I'm going to have you see your daughter. You have no place to say that. You have no place, nor do you have the right to allow that to even happen. So they're trying to do all this stuff behind Joshua, Audrii's dad's back, to meet up without Joshua knowing. And then, of course, she's like, I don't want anybody to know. I don't want this to come back and bite me in the ass. Well, guess what? This could very well come back and bite you in the ass now. If these text messages are actually true. That doesn't make any sense. So why would Stephen take matters into his own hands on a child that he has no custody over? He has no rights over. He is not a guardian or anything of that sort. Why does he have anything to do with whether Audrii gets to see her mama or not? Like I said, it just doesn't make not one iota of sense. Now, these text messages, I'll just show it to you guys again. Now, I know that was like bird shot. It was all over the place. But as you can see, these are screenshots from her phone. I know in the beginning I was like, is this from his phone? Are these screenshots from his phone? No, these are screenshots from her phone. Specifically, I'm sure it's for her to go to exonerate herself, but at the same time, an opportunity to be like, listen, he was the last one to drop her off. He was the last one to have her in his possession. He's the last one to see her. He already has a history of being a registered SO. He's already a very violent criminal. He has a rap sheet as long as my body. And he's the one who is trying to set up a time on that day specifically to meet up with her, with the mama. Now, with one of you guys saying, the question that you guys had was, could this very well be him trying to set up some sort of alibi, set up Cassie? That could very well be it. Because it's like, oh yeah, we're going to meet up at this fishing hole. We're going to meet up at this fishing spot. You're going to get a chance to see your daughter. And then she can ask you any questions that you have. Y'all could get reunited and it's going to feel so good. And then guess what? She goes missing that same day. And then now he's like, have you seen her? Also, what's interesting as well is this part. So I know it's not going to be a thing today. But when she's ready, please let me know. And that's at 3:19. So When they said that they were planning on meeting together, I guess that didn't even happen. Obviously, it didn't happen. Why would she send a text message being like, hey, I guess it's not going to be a thing. I guess it's not going to happen today. And that's cool. Just let her know that I'm still here and I'm ready whenever she's ready. And then he responds back almost a half hour later, basically saying, yes, ma'am. It's very odd. Okay. And those text messages, what the F? Although the messaging was weird. And then they had audio calls, they had video chats during that entire time as well. What were they talking about? And why is Steven the one that has control over this little girl, over where she goes and who she sees and what she does? That doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. This guy is a registered monster, by the way. Registered monster. And he's out here doing whatever with an 11-year-old girl. Where's Pops at? Where's Joshua at, y'all? That's what I'd like to know. Where's he during this whole thing? And why is a registered SO responsible for dropping off Audrey at a place that he shouldn't even be anywhere near? Let alone having this young girl in his car solo dolo without some sort of supervision. That doesn't make any sense at all to me as well. You got a very, very dangerous individual that has a baby girl in his car. Why is that even happening? Then on top of it, did the parents, does Cassie know that this man is a monster too? Does she even know this? Or is this just out of nowhere like, oh, I didn't know that he was a bad guy? What? It doesn't make sense. He didn't know at all? What? I'm telling you, they know something. They know more. Or they all have tainted criminal records. They're all criminals of some sort or something. I don't know. And it's just like, well, you are what you eat, or you are the company that you keep. I don't know. But it doesn't make any sense that she would be reaching out to a known registered SO. Okay? A known, or just a known violent criminal. Let's just water it all the way down, okay? A known violent criminal. Why would you be reaching out to him of all people instead of reaching out to the dad? I get it that maybe the dad is just unreasonable. Maybe he's tough. Maybe he wants nothing to do with the baby mama. That could be it too. But at the same time, you're reaching out to a known felon, a known criminal. And you're letting the safety of your own flesh and blood, your own child, be in the hands of a known violent criminal. Like I said, it's not. The math is just not mathing for me. It's just not. And those text messages, like I said, you shouldn't be reaching out. Like that should not be. This is not a person that you reach out to. Okay? This is definitely not somebody you reach out to. On God. Talking about your child. In fact, this is not somebody you turn into a roommate. Okay? You don't. That's somebody who has to figure out his own life himself. Let him find his own place. Okay? Because this is not a person that should be hanging out and being in the same vicinity as an 11-year-old girl. 11-year-old child. Okay? That's insane. All right. But I do have another video that I want to share with you. And this is from Chronicles of Olivia. And I appreciate she's like boots on the ground and everything. Apparently, there's going to be a press conference at 2:30 or 1:30. Is that Central Standard Time? I'm quite curious about that. Oh, that's at 1:30 today. Damn. Yeah, I won't be able to make that. But I will do a replay later for sure. Okay. Because there's, I'm going to try to see if I can get these text messages together so we can watch that, look at that uninterrupted. Okay. But I will be taking a look at the press conference. Is it 2 Central? It may. Okay. I mean, if it's at 2:30, I might be able to do that. But 1:30, I will not be able to, unfortunately. But real quick, whoa. Thank you so much. Marlana, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. I really do appreciate it. The highest in the room. Thank you. Pascal, I love your streams. Thank you for keeping us informed. No problem. I appreciate you guys having patience with me on that. Those DMs, they were just all over the place. And I hate when people don't use punctuations. It drives me nuts when it's just one big run-on sentence. It drives me crazy. And then you have to try to read that stuff and try to make it make sense. It's frustrating. But I appreciate you guys sitting through that with me. I got this video I want to share. It's from Chronicles of Olivia. It's just a little bit of an update of what she was able to gather because she's boots on the ground over there during this search. Apparently, there's going to be another press conference. Hopefully there's some movement. If there's going to be another one at 1:30 or 2:30, whenever they're going to have it, clearly there's. I'm hoping that there's some movement in a positive direction with this particular case. But let's take a look at this.
The backpack and shoe of missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham has been found. She disappeared yesterday at 7 a.m. She didn't make it to her school bus stop.
Okay, so they're saying, they're saying that the backpack and a shoe were found. Okay? I can't play this whole video or play the video, the audio of this video, unfortunately. But nonetheless, sorry, I'm just reading some comments here. They're saying that a shoe and a backpack were found. The other thing, too, that I want to say, too, is, and I don't know about this. Susan just put up here, do you have the SS, the screenshots of McDougal, also sending messages to a lady at the same time he was messaging Cassie wanting some loving? No, I do not know that. I do not have that. They're on Facebook. Why is this lady responding to him is beyond me. Alibi? If he was trying to holler at some lady to get that good, I don't know. That's news to me. If that is the truth, yeah, that could very well be his way of trying to put together some sort of alibi. The other thing, too, is his conversation with Cassie. It could very well be him trying to set up some sort of breadcrumbs so that it can look like it could be the mom, or even Justin, her husband or fiance or boyfriend, whoever he is. It could also be trying to point the finger. Oh, we're going to go at this watering hole. We're going to go and, we're going to go fish over there. And you see what I'm saying? It could be an opportunity to try to get 5-0 off of his scent, throwing off 5-0 in some sort of way and trying to point blame on somebody else. That could very well be a setup, or it could literally be exactly what it was. He tried to set something up, but he did something sinister in the meantime. I don't know, guys. It's crazy, but something about this is not mathing. And there is going to be a press conference here very soon. I will watch it on the replay Okay, we will be watching it together, but it will have to be a little bit later. Okay, guys. But I will be watching that as well, and we will talk about it when we get some more information. And I'm going to try to get those text messages together a little bit more, because that was just me grabbing off of the Facebook group chat, and it's just been all over the place with that. But Dawn F, thank you so much for the 10. The only way the school wouldn't call is if the quote unquote parent called in her absence before roll call. That's how it's always worked here in Austin. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the 10. And that's very true. Unless a phone call was made by a guardian or a parent saying he's not going to be here or she's not going to be here, majority of the time they're calling or sending an email or a text message to family members, to a parent or a guardian, to let them know, hey, your son or daughter is not here. You know what I mean? That's the majority of the time. So it doesn't make any sense. And that's the frustrating part of it all. Okay. But unfortunately, guys, that is the show. I will be back on a little bit later on this afternoon. Trust and believe I will be. Okay. I appreciate you guys for being here. It really does mean a lot. Okay. We got many miles to go before we sleep on this one. I hope that in this press conference, we find out some information that leads us towards justice, some clarity as well. I hope she's found alive. I really do. But right now, it doesn't feel like that. But I love being wrong when it comes to people showing up alive. So I'm praying for that. Again, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the new members, mods. Thank you so much for holding it down as always. Trust me, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Hopefully we find this little girl very, very soon. And when we do, we'll be on here to talk about it. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to do that on your way out. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Send it past 800 likes before you leave. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that follow button on Facebook. Crush it, okay? And of course, if you haven't done it yet, crush that subscribe button on my YouTube channel, please and thank you. I'd really, really appreciate it. Also, please go check out PascalMerch.com. The link is in the description box down below, okay? Or above, wherever you're watching this show right here. Reality, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. I will be back a little bit later on this afternoon, so be on the lookout for it. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay blessed, everybody. Happy Saturday. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.